Hello, and thanks for tuning in to this Iowa Soccer Member Education video. The subject of this short presentation is Iowa Soccer's Player Safety Initiative regarding heading. In the spring of 2016, as part of a Player Safety Initiative, Iowa Soccer issued heading restrictions and limitations for under 4 through under 14 age groups. Since the spring, additional updates from U.S. Soccer resulted in a realignment of age group restrictions. The information in this video impacts players, coaches, parents, and referees. Iowa Soccer does not allow heading for players participating in the 4 and under through 11 and under age group and restricts heading for 12 and under to 14 and under age groups. The restrictions and limitations apply to the age group, but it's difficult to enforce with a player who plays up in an older age group. In the play-up situation, parents of younger players should heed the guidelines appropriate for the player's age, even if the age group is less restrictive in allowances to head the ball. In the 11 and under and younger age groups, heading is not allowed, not at practices and not in games. Referees began enforcement of this restriction in games in the spring of 2016 and will do so going forward in the expanded age group range, which now extends to 11 and under. In the 12 and under to 14 and under age groups, heading is limited in training and practice situations. Players may only head the ball 15 to 20 times per week. In games, there is no rule change and heading is still allowed. In the 15 and under and older age groups, there are no limitations or restrictions. Practicing heading at training sessions and heading in games is allowed. Iowa's referees are instructed and supported statewide by the Iowa Referee Committee. The IRC will inform and educate Iowa referees about the rule change in games for the 11 and under and younger age groups. Game enforcement of the no heading rule began in spring 2016 and will remain as the fall 2016 season kicks off. Be patient, there will be a learning curve for referees. Not a lot of heading occurs in the 11 and under below age groups, but it is important to note that referees have been guided as to how this will be managed in games. As per U.S. Soccer with the rule modification, the following will occur. If there is a deliberate header, play will be restarted with an indirect free kick from the spot of the offense. If the deliberate header occurs in the goal area, an indirect free kick will be awarded on the goal area line parallel to the goal line at the point nearest the spot of the offense. If the header wasn't deliberate, no matter where on the field it occurred, continue play. The IRC has further interpreted and will be instructing its referees that the act of deliberately heading is similar to dangerous play in that it results in an indirect free kick from the spot of the offense. Advantage is not played, with 2 exceptions, and the offense does not result in misconduct for the player. The 2 scenarios when advantage is played are when a deliberate but errant header by a defender results in an own goal. The referee allows the own goal to stand. The second exception is when a deliberate but errant header by a defender goes directly to an attacker who easily shoots and scores. The referee allows the goal to stand. If there is a player repeatedly heading the ball deliberately, no yellow card is issued. This is not considered persistent infringement. The referee should encourage the coach to substitute the player and provide guidance. The game will be restarted with an indirect free kick from the point of the offense. If a player intentionally heads the ball in order to deny a goal, no red card is issued. This is not considered denying a goal-scoring opportunity. The referee should encourage the coach to substitute the player and provide guidance. The game will be restarted with an indirect free kick. Iowa soccer coaches will need to be in compliance with these restrictions and limitations. As a recap, in the 11 and under and younger age groups, heading is not permitted. Don't teach heading, and don't have players practice heading. And please help your parents understand this player safety initiative. For coaches in the 12 and under to 14 and under age groups, heading may be introduced at training sessions, so it is important to learn to properly teach heading and to keep players within the allowable number of weekly headers. Please also communicate this restriction with parents so they can better understand the safety measure. Parents and caregivers, we're asking that you first understand this is a player safety initiative. Please also help your child understand the rules and support your coach's implementation of them. And if necessary, remind your coach about the restrictions and limitations. Finally, in the 11 and under and younger age groups where heading is not allowed in games, please be patient with the referees, as they too will have a learning curve as they determine deliberate or accidental and apply the rule change. Thank you for tuning in to this Iowa Soccer member education video. Additional information about head injuries and concussion management is on our website, iowasoccer.org, under the Operations tab.